Hey everyone, I'm Ms. Milkowski, the mathematician, and today we are going to work on complex numbers. All right, so I need to simplify 4 plus I over 6 minus 5I. So right away I have a problem, okay? I have an I in the denominator, and I can't have that. I gotta get rid of that. So let me rewrite it right here. So I've got 4 plus I over 6 minus 5I. Awesome. All right, so how do I get rid of the I in the denominator? There's something that you may remember from class, and it's called the conjugate. And if I multiply by the conjugate, that will get rid of regular old I. I will end up with an I squared, as you'll see, but obviously we know that simplifies to -1. So let's do it. So first let's talk about what the conjugate is. So what is the conjugate of 6 minus 5I? Well, it's just 6 plus 5I. So remember, all we do is we keep the 6 the same, we keep the 5I the same, and we change a sign in between. Okay, so basically we are changing this from -5I to +5I, all right? So we're going to multiply by that. So let me just erase that because I'm going to need that part of the board. Okay, so if we want to get rid of the I in the denominator, let me see here. Let's do green though, it's a good contrast there. Okay, we are going to multiply by 6 plus 5I, all right? Now, remember, I can't just multiply the denominator by 6 plus 5I, to get rid of the I, because then I'm going to change the value of the expression, so I need to multiply the numerator by 6 plus 5I as well, because remember, then I'm just multiplying by 1, right? It's the same as, if you had 1/2 and you multiplied by 2 over 2, you get 2/4, but it's still the same value. 2/4 is 1/2, okay? It's just not reduced. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. All right, we're multiplying by 1, or we're multiplying by 6 plus 5I over 6 plus 5I. All right, so let's turn it into, we'll turn it into two binomials here, so it's very easy to see. Well, I guess technically 4 binomials, but 2 on each level. All right, so we're going to do, should I stick with purple? Yeah, let's stick with purple. Ooh, okay, so we are going to do 4 times 6, so that's going to be 24, and then 4 times 5I, which is going to be plus 20I, and then we've got, I'll do the other one maybe in a different color. Okay, so then we've got I times 6, which is 6I, and I times 5I, which is going to be plus 5I squared. Okay. Awesome. And then that's going to be over, and then we'll do the same thing down here. So 6 times 6, that's going to be 36. 6 times 5I, that's going to be plus 30I. And here we go. I'll switch colors again. So -5I times 6, that's going to be minus 30I. And then -5I times positive 5I is going to be minus 25I squared. All right, so then take a look. This is what's going on. This is the whole reason that we multiply by the conjugate right here. Look at this. I've got plus 30I minus 30I. So those i's go away, right? That's the whole point. We actually created it. We have a difference of squares here is what happened, right? You're used to seeing a difference of squares. You got, a squared minus b squared, and that equals a plus b times a minus b, okay, if you were to factor it. So we did the same thing here. We basically created a difference of squares to eliminate that middle term, right? We eliminated the ab term here. Well, we eliminated the I term here. So that's a good thing to remember, because if you ever multiply by the conjugate, okay, and the i's don't drop out, you made a mistake somewhere. So first, make sure you actually did the conjugate. I've sometimes seen kids, forget to switch the sign or something. Or, come on, we're dealing with basic arithmetic here, and how many people make mistakes with basic arithmetic? I know I do all the time, right? So it's just a good way to check. So if you didn't have your i's drop out, something happened. All right, so those went away. Okay, so let's simplify here. So I'm going to go all in purple here on the top. So I'm going to rewrite this as 24, and then I'm just going to simplify this. So 20I plus 6I is going to be 26I. And then plus 5. Now remember, I squared is -1. Okay, so I'm going to replace, maybe I should have done that in a different color so you could see it. I'm going to replace my I squared, okay, and I'll write it over here as well. So we know that I squared equals -1, okay? Because we all know that I equals the square root of -1, okay? So I'm going to replace my I squared right here with -1, okay? And then that's going to be over 36 minus 25, and then remember, I squared is -1. So I'm going to replace the I squared right here with -1. All right. Now, I'm going to come up over there, so I'm going to have to erase that. Okay. Perfect. All right, so, okay, so I've got 24. Let's just draw a little line so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got 24 plus 26i. Okay. And then 5 times -1, that's just going to be -5. Okay, so I could write that as plus -5, but we're used to seeing it as just -5. Perfect. And then in the denominator, I've got 36. 36. Okay, now this is minus -25, so I can do minus -25, right? Because it was minus here, and then 25 times -1 is -25. But we all know that minus and negative is the same as plus. So I'll just write that as plus. Perfect. So then that equals, I probably should have done an equals the whole way through here. Equals, yeah. All right. So 24 minus 5, that's going to be 19. And then plus 26i. And then over 36 plus 25. So 30 plus 20 is 50. 6 plus 5 is 11. So 50 plus 11 is 61. Perfect. All right. Look, we're done. There's no I in the denominator. It's 61. All right. That is fantastic. Now, some teachers will say this is fine. Some teachers actually want it in the form A plus BI. Okay. So A plus BI, meaning they want to see that real part and that imaginary part. So if that's the case, all we have to do is just break that up, which is fine. So make sure you know which way you should have it. And I always used to tell my students back in the day, just write it in every possible form, because then one of them's right and you'll get the credit. All right, so I'm just going to break this up so that it's going to be, another way to write this is going to be 19 over 61 plus, and then 26 over 61i. So 26 over 61i. Perfect. So now we have it in A plus BI form. It has been simplified. We have no I in the denominator. We have a clear real part and an imaginary part of that complex number. So there you go. Hey everyone, I'm Ms. Milkowski, the mathematician, and I hope you found that last video helpful. If you have any questions, or if there are any topics you'd like to see me cover in future videos, definitely let me know in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm going to leave you with the most important piece of advice I can give you, which is when you're doing mathematics, always ask why.